Hello and welcome back, noobs and noob slayers. My name is Sergeant Mihov, Jack Mihov, also known as Diz Tactical, and today we're going to be covering the basics to infantry in Arma Reforger. If you find this video helpful, leave a like and subscribe. Now, we're going to be covering medical in Arma Reforger is pretty straightforward, except for when you start to get into the modded servers, but we're not going to go into that. So, medical, what you have is the morphine injector. What this does is allows you to wake people up faster when they're unconscious, but it also allows you to be prevented from being pain knocked, which is really, really huge because you can get hit with a rocket and you can go unconscious and not actually take too much damage. Then we have the tourniquet. The tourniquet stops bleeding. It's faster than the bandage, and what this does is just stops your bleeding. It allows you to stay in the fight a little bit longer without having to do the permanent fix, which is the bandage. However, if you put it on your arms, you're going to basically have Parkinson's and not be able to shoot properly. And then if you put it in your leg, you are going to be limping around and pretty much just useless. Not useless, but you're going to be much slower. Then what we have is the bandage. Bandage is pretty straightforward. It fixes your arms and your legs, as well as, I believe, your chest. Now, the most important of these is the saline solution bag. The saline solution gives you blood and gives you back into the fight. So obviously, if you get shot a lot and you pass out and the screen looks black, you have no blood. You're going to see Jesus in a couple seconds. Now, as an infantryman, I would definitely carry at least one morphine, one tourniquet, one bandage, or two bandages, which I believe is a standard kit, and then one saline solution. Now, the reason why I say this is because, again, once you go unconscious, or once you drop down, like get shot and lose your gun, at that point, if you go down again, chances are you're going to need saline. That's just a fact. So now I'm going to show you guys actually how to apply medical. Don't worry, I'm a doctor. Although my license might have been revoked. Alright, first off, we need to most definitely stop your bleeding in your leg. Let me apply that bandage to your right leg, sir. May I say you might not walk after this, but I assure you, you will still live. You might also have sepsis, but let me just get you with some morphine. And next up here, let's hit you with some saline. And then you should be good to go here in about 30 seconds. Let me check your injuries.
Yeah, fuck off.
Alright, yeah, you'll be good to go. You'll probably be up in 30 seconds. Stop being a bitch. Now, another way to quickly heal yourself in Arma Reforger is simply just go and select that, and it instantly pops it. You can just go in your inventory, do anything like that. Same thing with bandages, just drag and drop, click the button onto the limb, you are good to go. That's a very, very fast way to do it, although I would also just recommend probably just pulling out your bandage or whatever thing you have, and then just click your use button. So layout navigation, I can imagine it's a little challenging for new players, but I'm going to be giving you a quick little helpful tooltip / guide here on how to become a master. So if you are a squad leader, you can actually not see yourself on the map. However, if you are in a squad, you can see where your squad leader is on the map, which is actually very, very helpful. So that is one way to determine where you are, and it's going to become a lot easier. So first up, you want to open up your map. Now, for the sake of this, we are spawning in St. Philippe. So let's just say, well, actually, I don't even know where I am in St. Philippe, but these little markers here are very important. They let you know what they are. So these things are bus stops. Over here is a gas station. This is a factory, religious symbols. It could be a church, graveyard, things like that. Just want to be looking out for that and understanding what they are. There's a bunch of them, and I'm going to put them on the screen, obviously, in this video, so you'll be able to recognize them all. But one of this too is I'm going to probably look for this, which is a church, and look for this, which is a gas station. So, or realistically, if I want to, I can look for the harbor here. Now, let's just take a quick look. Okay, wow, what do you know? There's like a little bridge right here, and then that's the church. And then over there, we can see the harbor. So just to take a quick little guess, I could probably imagine I would be just about like around here. Now, don't know if it's entirely true or not, but let me go. Oh, okay, no, I actually am. Wow, that was, oh, yeah, there's also a symbol right here. I'm really stupid. Yeah, no, look, a perfect example. I intentionally did that. Now, what we're going to do now is continue furthering, go down the road, because there's another example up ahead. Another way to determine where you are, or kind of, just general gauge of where you want to head, is these little signs. Same thing in real life. They tell you where the town is, right up here. in the direction that you're going. So obviously you'd continue to go the main road here until you get to Montiac or Miox. And oh, now we open up the map again. There's a gas station. So it looks like, oh, and then there's the church. So it's obviously going to be this road right here. So it's going to be a little bit kind of like trial and error of understanding where you are. Being able to PID your targets. It's something that new players definitely struggle with. It's hard to tell at first which uniform is which. So that is going to be helping you all today with this section. Well, the Russians have way more uniforms than the Americans. The Americans only have this uniform here with an exception of a different helmet, a couple different helmets, and then this is their pilot uniform. We also have a green uniform that's basically just dress uniform. That is no camouflage, but it is very different than all the Russian uniforms. Now, this is the Russian officer uniform. This is the Russian standard infantry. This is the helicopter pilot / crew. This is a full, typically VDV Spetsnaz type uniform. This is an unarmed soldier dress uniform, similar still to the other two. This is also considered Russian Special Forces. This is considered Russian Special Forces as well if you're wanting to go, sweater weather in the woods. And then finally, again, this is Russian Special Forces, just different body armor. So as you can see, the Russians have way more diversity with their uniforms. However, with the new coming update of 1.31, it is going to add more Russian uniforms for the armored crew. Same thing for the Americans. Now, again, the Americans do basically have a green dress uniform like this and this combined together, just no camouflage. So that is really going to be the only difference. Now, setting up direct communication in proximity is important. That is something console players do not have binded on their controllers right away. So you guys need to go immediately into your settings and set this, because so many times I've walked up to people, even on the enemy team, try to talk to them, and they just don't talk. Yo, what's up, dude? Where are we going? Do you know? I am separated from the rest of my squad, bro. Probably because they don't have that button set up, and this is just a quick little reference for you guys. You might already have it. It might be useless, but just I figured it might be, helpful for new people. Next up, everyone's favorite, the radio. Now, a quick disclaimer for the radio. Please, 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 for the love of God, if you are talking to simply just a squad member or someone who is local, do not talk on platoon radio. It is going to give people a headache, and just it can get so chaotic.
I'm certain some of us are dead here too. We wouldn't want to talk people to talk to our kids like. Right. That's just fact. Straight up. I'm a dad of 3, so I get it.
Sometimes, just try to keep platoon to something like information needed for the entire team. And if you need help with determining how to switch on that radio, that is specifically what this portion is about. The radio is actually really not that hard to master. However, it can be confusing specifically for console players. So the radio allows you to talk to your team or your squad when they are far away. For console, for you to talk, I don't know what the button is, but this is very important. For console players, if you have a lock at the top left of your screen where you see where I'm talking, where it says platoon, that means your microphone is locked. That is important to understand. That will make it so you cannot talk in proximity chat with just regular. And that's why a lot of people on console have been saying, oh no, I can't talk. I can only talk in radio. Well, that's the reason why. Next up here to keep going. So with the radio, it's pretty straightforward. You just hold your radio button right here, and you're transmitting to the entire platoon. Now, if you want to switch that, you double tap. You double tap it, and it switches over to the other frequency. As you can see, I'm now on 32. Double tap again, boom. Now, another thing too is you can actually do radio selection by pressing G for PC. Console, I'm not entirely sure. Again, I'll be putting it up here on the screen, and this is another way to do it. Now, another thing too with the radio is if you hold this, press G as well, you can actually adjust the frequencies by, I would imagine on controller it would be analogs. On PC, it is just your scroll mouse wheel. This is very helpful if the enemy pick up your radios and you want to switch radio nets. Or if you want to get on secure channel and just talk to specifically your own squad. Now, as well as that, you can actually set yourself up to be talking permanently in proximity chat by double tapping T. Now, for controllers, again, going to be dropping it in the screen here, but yeah, so this is open mic, and you're going to be talking consistently, and you won't have to be pressing the button. However, this is something you need to be very aware of, is the enemy can also hear you. So if there's some enemy literally like up in this tent, they would probably be able to hear me faintly talking. So you need to be very aware of that when you're in the front lines. Thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoy Arma content or just guides in general, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, happy hunting.